हेलो फ्रेंड्स, गुड मॉर्निंग। वेलकम टू साइंस क्लासेस। दोस्तों, आज हम आपको 18 जुलाई 2022 का हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स का एडिटोरियल पैसेज मैं आपको रिकॉर्ड करके भेज रहा हूँ। लेट्स स्टार्ट दोस्तों। द हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स pay heed to the Chief Justice of India's remarks. Justice Ramana shone a light on the state of democracy and the criminal justice system. Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana made waves with his comments over the weekend. Speaking at a legal meeting in Jaipur in the presence of Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju and Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, Mr. Ramana remarked on the state of the Indian democracy and on the unfortunate aspect of the criminal justice system. The protracted incarceration of people not convicted for any crime. The comments of the Chief Justice of India on the state of Indian democracy are prescient. He is correct in nothing that the ability to arrive at a common ground, key to lawmaking and governing processes in a representative democracy, is eroding due to plunging levels of trust between the government and the opposition. This is actively hurting the deliberative processes that would assess critical bills and smoothen out kinks in pieces of controversial legislation. These structural infirmities creeping into the legislative process has meant that the responsibility of the judiciary is that much more in fairly evaluating the import of laws and giving petitioners their day in court. Unfortunately, in recent years, rising hostilities has meant that the judiciary has been burdened with challenges to many laws involving disagreements that would have ordinarily been resolved on the floor of the House. On the second issue, Justice Ramana raised the judiciary can do much more. Last week, the Supreme Court noted that several judgments passed over the decades, stressing the primacy of bail and the use of imprisonment as an exception, have only had partial success. The apex court called on the government to frame a new bail law and issued more stringent guidelines, but the Chief Justice of India and the top court need to do more in convincing the subordinate judiciary to not accept the contentions of the prosecution at face value and grant police or judicial custody only as a rarity Of course, to whittle down the population of under trials in India's prisons, which currently stands at two-thirds of the 460,000 odd inmates, the judiciary needs to act in concert with the prosecuting agencies. Stop. This is a long-term process and will need a national conversation, legislative intent and judicial drive. Stop. But in an environment where increasingly police forces act on political considerations and individual finds themselves at the mercy of an all-powerful state, the judiciary must uphold the high principles espoused in 4 decades of bail jurisprudence. Full stop. Only there can be the process stop becoming the punishment. So thank you दोस्तों, thank you very much. Goodbye. Tomorrow we will be see you the next chapter also, editorial passage of the 19th July 2022. Thank you दोस्तों. Goodbye.